afternoon, and welcome to Coffee Chat. I'm your host, Dyann Duncan. And with me today is Trina Deayon from Habitat for Humanity. She is the Homeowners Services Director. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. I'm very glad to have you because, first of all, I have known you for years, and I consider you a friend, so that's always fun to just be able to have a conversation with a friend. But you lead up a very important thing that we do here in St. Joe. But before we get started with that, I would kind of like for you to tell our audience, how did you come to know Jesus Christ as your Savior?
Well, I was brought up in church as a little girl, and I believe maybe the age of 10, I guess it's so long ago, I was baptized, and I've been in church ever since then.
All right. I just love that so many of our non-for-profits in St. Joe have leadership that have a personal relationship with Christ, go to church regularly, and are just putting their actions where their faith is. So,
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I love it. Well, okay, so what I wanted to talk to you today is something that's very dear to Grace's heart, is St. Joe Serve. And we have that coming up. But first, before we go into that, how did you get a job with Habitat for Humanity?
I started out as a homeowner, and I served on the board, and then they asked me to have a job, so I took it.
That's awesome. So to become a homeowner, what does that entail?
Oh, that's fun. It's fun. You work side by side with volunteers. You know, you have sweat equity hours that you have to do, which consist of, it's 400, but it consists of some homeowner classes. And then you also work on the job site. If you have health conditions, you can do your hours in the store. You know, just learning more about your house and all that. That's pretty much it. And then you have a down payment that's broken into monthly payments.
So when you do your sweat equity, is it just you that has to do it, or can you ask like your kiddos to
No,
come
we
help?
also have friends and family hours that they have to do. Like a homeowner has to do 200 themselves, and then the family can do, friends and family can do the rest. If you're a couple, I think it's like 220, and then friends and family do 180, something like that. So no, and then it's you can do lunches, construction site, and like you can have a church that can donate hours to you as friends and family.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. That's neat. So with the houses right now, are you guys in the middle of building any of them? I know with COVID and everything.
Yeah, they're finishing up a house over in the Duncan area. They're working on it in the Duncan area. They have finished up the other townhouses. And I think they're just, with the COVID, taking their pace until we get back to it.
Yeah. Okay, so St. Joe Serve, September 13th. And I know that we're looking at an area right now, but nothing's, the south end. Okay, so, but nothing's been set in stone.
No, our boundaries have not, but the area, I believe, is going to be south end.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about St. Joe Serve, because I know Grace, for the majority of the church, I mean, we leave the building.
Yes.
So tell us, and I know that was the premise of why St. Joe Serve got started. The church has left the building. Actually, let me show.
Show that nifty little shirt.
Yeah, these are the shirts that you can buy. St. Joe Serve, and then it says the church has left the building, and we like to wear these so we can be identified as a unified group out there working and whatever, so people don't think a bunch of crazies are in their yard, taking out all the trash.
And that's true. And we order through the church orders through
First Street Graphics.
Right. So if you was at Grace, you go to Dyann. How's that?
No.
You go to Dyann, and then she does the order.
She made a joke because I forgot her last name earlier.
I was just getting her back.
Exactly. Yeah, but we have a sign-up sheet, and then I place the order. It's not like we do one huge cumulative order.
Every church is usually responsible for their orders. I believe I usually pick them up and separate them out. Is that what I did last year? Or did you get yours?
I got our own, because
so
usually
we get our own.
Our order's usually pretty big.
Yes.
So I usually just go, and then, because I mean, we put them at our welcome
So
center.
Grace's is probably different because you guys have a pretty big group.
Yeah.
But we make sure the shirts get out, and it is fun to see everybody dressed in, same thing.
Yeah.
For the same cause, cleaning up a neighborhood, fellowshipping, getting back to the community. It's fun.
It is.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I believe that's how we met.
It
become
is.
friends.
Exactly. And it's funny too because Trina and I were sitting here trying to think how long we've been friends, and I think we started about the same time.
About 5 years.
Yeah, and it was instant.
It was.
But the reason is because we have meetings. There's so many meetings. They don't throw this thing together and just say, hey, let's just, we're going to go here this year.
No, it takes usually a long time of planning. Starting to work on it before the COVID.
Right.
And then that happened and everything shut down. I know that we will be having some type of meeting real soon to see, to get everybody on board. But the show is on going on.
No.
I will say that. It's still going on.
And I'm glad to hear that. And what this does for St. Joe is huge. It's not just make it an area of a neighborhood feel good. It's also all different faiths, all different churches coming together to work side by side in harmony. And the planning is done in harmony, and everyone gives a little. And
it's all about making a difference.
It is, and about coming together.
It's coming together.
Yeah. Now, my thing would be is if we could get more churches.
That's the plan. And that's, I try to go with my Build on Faith thing and try to blend them in. I will try to contact as many churches as I can. Some people's addresses have changed and trying to find them, we're making a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
And Kate will help me, the director, she'll help. And we'll be trying to get as many people as we can involved. I believe last year, was it like 10 churches or more?
It was probably around that. That was last year.
Last year.
Trina, I don't remember.
I know, right? But I'm hoping, one day I would like to see every church be involved, and we do a whole city St. Joseph. It'd be really neat to see everybody do a whole big different area,
That would be neat.
That'd be
like multiple locations at the same
time. I should have said that. I could be putting that on my plate.
No, let's pray it. Let's pray it,
It sounds cool though, doesn't it?
It does.
To have a whole big, I don't take all credit for it. Me and Kate has discussed it, but, just to see if we can get, it's kind of hard sometimes to get all the churches to understand, in the little bit of time I have to plan it, and it's just giving your time.
Right.
It's just fellowship. It's
Right.
like going to church, you're just doing it with others.
Right.
That have the same meaning as you do.
Right.
It'd be nice though.
It would be. And we start out with all these meetings, and then it goes from there to, you don't just pop out there on Sunday.
Oh,
There's prep before that.
there's planning.
And
There's nice planning, isn't it? No, I'm just trying to boost myself up now. No, there's planning, there's tracking hours, and you do so well at that. Anymore, it's easier to have the church track their own hours and get them back to me, There's
you send out people beforehand, though, to go door to door.
door to door.
Tell us about that.
Pass out. We go out and we let the neighborhood know that we're coming.
Right.
With flyers, telling them certain things that they can put out. What type of dumpsters, because we have people watching the dumpsters as
Right.
well. Some things you can put in certain dumpsters, some things you can't.
Right.
That's always a big thing, but
Right.
I think last year it worked out awesome. We just kind of have people, I have people managing certain posts.
I was a dumpster monitor last year.
And she was good at it.
Isn't that sad?
Good.
I pulled weeds too while I was sitting there, but yeah, because some of them are for yard waste, and some of them are for not yard waste.
And then we usually have a chipper.
Right. That's nice.
Ron Hook from the county usually has joins in and helps with that. It's a big thing. A lot of people get involved.
Right.
I'm still trying to contact people now since COVID.
Right.
I've been trying to reach the city. Kerr Flurry this morning, which is kind of hit and go because everything's supposedly getting back to normal.
Right.
So, but it is a lot of planning, but you know what? It's fun.
It is.
The outcome's always fun.
The meetings are fun.
Yes.
Because we can interact, even though there's a lot of work to be done. I think that I've gone out and I've surveyed. We've walked sidewalks.
We put signs out.
And we put signs out. That's
The night
something.
before, we have,
We let people know
we
we're
go to
coming.
church. And I wonder if we can do that this year. We'll see. We go to church the night before to do a prayer walk.
Yes, that's right.
So it's like it's a long thing, but at the end, we usually work from 12 noon on that Sunday till 5. And once I get all the signs and all the tags off the dumpsters, it's usually like 6:30.
Yeah.
But it's all for good cause and cause.
Right.
We have to have people pick the dumpsters up.
Right.
But I wouldn't say stressful. if it is, it's the funnest stress you've ever had, because when it's all over, you're like, and we did, and it all worked out.
And it looks amazing. And you have blessed people's lives in a
And
very real way.
appreciate it. Yes, they do. A lot of homeowners will come out and help.
Yes, they do.
They do.
I've noticed that, like, we've had, like, each church that takes a section of an area, you usually block off, okay, we'll give grace from, you know, X Street to Y Street.
Yes,
or
we
whatever.
do go by the amount of people. Grace has a big amount of people. I think it's usually 200 or something.
Usually.
And they usually pick a wide area.
Right. And then we send out, even weeks before, some of our gentlemen that know construction, and they go and, well, first you send out a flyer. And if people want to contact you and say, hey, my roof leaks or my porch is sagging, or you take all those notes and give them to us.
Yes.
And then
we go from there to see what the churches are able to do.
Right.
How, doing the size, a lot of the bigger churches take on bigger projects. And we kind of go there. Otherwise, it's just like a cleanup.
Right.
Where we help you clean up. But if you have old couches, old this and that, you know, our restore truck rides around and grabs recycling stuff and, you know, big stuff and carries it off. And I ride around with trash bags and supplies and water and gloves and stuff like that. So it's
and like you guys even take like concrete bricks and tires and stuff that maybe we normally can't just put out on the side of the road.
Yes, and I think that, I know the tire thing is, I don't believe they go in dumpsters. I'm not sure how that goes, but yes, all of that has a certain area. I believe even paint, everything has a certain area to go.
I say, I don't think we've ever refused anybody.
No.
You know, if they bring it out to us or say, hey, take it, we take it. And we figure it out.
Yeah, and I usually go with the churches. I know my partner, Cindy.
Yes.
She's another good one. You guys nominate, you guys have been doing it so long. You guys are awesome. We help out a lot. With, you know, whatever job that I give you guys to do, if you don't do it yourself, you'll nominate the right person so it's done correctly. That makes it so much easier. So
really, it's been a blessing because I know we've had people that have specialties that has come into use when we go to fix something or work on something or whatever. And so that is kind of nice because we do have that resource to pull from.
Yes. And this year we're working kind of with a private organization in South End. And I'm going to be starting on working on a house down in that area on Grant Street. So we're kind of hoping that it all kind of blends in because we haven't been in South End. The 5 years that I've been, I've never been to South End. And I thought it would be best to just, I think it's time.
It is. It is. We've done Mid-City and North End, and I'm ready.
Fair in 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's time. It's time to, you know. But the thing is, just praying about it and getting everybody
right.
As many churches as we can. If people want to call and ask about it, questions, they can contact me, you know, at Habitat at Work. At, 279-2552, extension 4. I'll answer any questions and do what I can do to get you on board.
Perfect.
We love having more volunteers than we can handle.
They can even come to our monthly meetings.
Yes, they can.
And be a part of the bigger picture.
Yes. There's. That's why I said, give me a call if there's a pastor out there or somebody that represents your church. Because neither you or I are pastors.
Correct.
Right. So anybody that represents your church, because everybody's so busy, contact me. We'll figure out when the meeting is. Give me your contact information, and I'll make sure I get back to you.
And she does. And, they send out a mass email, but Trina will hit me up and be like, did you get that?
Yeah, to make sure you got it.
Right.
So I want you to be on board. So yeah.
It's just because you wanted to see me. But.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no. You need all hands on deck, don't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And then, so it could be, even if you don't feel like you can hammer a nail, or if you can't lift a chainsaw, we still can use you, can't we?
Yeah, we can use you in all kinds of ways. I mean, we have children out there.
That's right.
That pick up stuff, We're, with the way the world is now, we have to be more cautious about some of the things that we find, but we have all that where certain people pick up certain things, but children can help. And there's been people that have cut lawns, they've trimmed hedges, they've dug stuff out of the grass between the sidewalks, they've painted houses.
Yeah.
It's all different type of ways. We try, I won't say as a group, once I stay in the area, and then we have certain ones from certain churches go out with us as we walk, and we kind of figure out what needs to be done. After that, you know how we do. Everybody figures what they're going to do. We have to make sure that they're okay with it.
Right.
And most people really are.
Well, and what I love too is when you give me that list of things that need to be done, and I give it to our guys, you guys aren't there to micromanage. You are there to come alongside and help, because I know you'll say, hey, y'all need paint, the restore's got paint. Y'all need this, the restore's got this. And you usually give it to us for free or at a really discounted price.
Yeah.
And so to me, that is like, we really want you to help us. This isn't just in name only. This is, we're all coming alongside each other.
Yes. And that works out great, because I mean, you know, really, I can't always see myself taking the house. I'll get started. I'll be like, what's the next project? But to watch people do that all day until it's done for somebody you don't even know,
Right.
have no contact with, that's a blessing.
That's Jesus.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and isn't it, I don't know about you, but I think this is pretty much everybody, but isn't it more fun? Like, even though I was sitting at a dumpster pulling weeds or whatever, you'd cruise by and throw me a bottle of water, say hi, and maybe chit-chat for a minute, or, you know, people come by to the dumpsters and, you know, I'd be telling them, and then they'd talk a little bit.
But you know what? I found out it's even fun when they say, where's Trina? Where's Trina?
Really?
She's coming, yeah. It is fun, because you see everybody working.
Yeah.
And then, you know, even though sometimes I'm in a car, I remember on finger when I was on foot.
Yes.
Boy, that was a lot of exercise.
It was.
My adrenaline had me pumping in, because I was from City Hall to 22nd.
That was crazy.
That was unreal. And one year, I think I walked from Farron clear to Felix or Francis. It was way far. But I was almost home.
Oh,
2 months away, and I was
yeah.
almost home.
Yeah.
But it you know, just to know that you're working together. Everybody gets hot, you get sweaty, you might get irritated, but
Yeah.
you know, you just keep going. And you know it's going to turn out for the good.
It always turns out
It
awesome.
always turns out. Anytime you put God in it, it turns out.
Exactly. And then I love cruising down later. You know,
I know,
there
and
too
seeing,
later.
seeing how it went, and probably seeing how many signs I've left, huh? All the time.
Actually, I do usually see one or two and I giggle, but but no, I'm serious about just driving down there and seeing the beauty of it all, and not just the
And knowing
physical
you were part
beauty,
of it. That's what I like. Knowing that I was given that.
the spiritual beauty of it. You
Yes.
know, the fact
love
that we all came together under the name of Jesus
Yes.
to work together for our community, but also hopefully to shed a good light on Jesus. Because we'll have people come out and say, "Now, how much is this going to cost me?"
Yeah.
And we say no.
And that really just blows your mind.
Yeah.
You know, I was at my ministry. We have several ministers at my church at Holy Chapel, but Minister Candy Embrick yesterday was talking about but God moments. And really, little does she know, St. Joe Serve is a but God moment. But it does turn out great.
Oh, yeah.
But in the beginning of it, it's like, oh, but God fixes it. And so it's a but God moment.
Yeah.
I always look at it like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, so much going on at one time, but it always feels. Anytime when you're working with big Christian people, it always feels.
Exactly. It's a neat thing
That's
to be
the
a part
fun
of.
of it.
Okay, so we've talked about St. Joe Serve. I want to talk about Habitat now. How has COVID impacted Habitat, the store? I mean, you guys depend on donations.
Yes, and that was another blessing. They were able to take donations, I believe, in the parking lot, you know, and online. Tim Osborne, our store manager, he came up with a lot of wonderful ideas. So they were taking donations that way, and I think they were able to pick some of them up. Or people were leaving by the curtain, they were able to pick them up and take them to the store. But the whole parking lot thing I actually drove there to see how they were. Yeah, it's like you just wind around and you got to donate and they take it. And wow, it was really
Smooth.
Really awesome. Yeah,
Huh.
that was an awesome idea.
Way to
It
go,
was.
Tim.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thinking outside of the box.
Yeah,
I
way
think
outside the box.
That's the hard part, is when you're so used to doing something and now it's like, okay, you can't do this anymore.
Right.
Come up with a new way.
I know, right? But we've proved to the world
Oh, yeah.
that because we worked from home, I think it was March 18th at about 1 o'clock, when I was like, oh, really, we've got to go. What do I do? Well, you take your phone, and you take your calendar, and you work from home. And then there's another moment, let God, watch him work. It all worked out. Trust me.
That's neat.
And it didn't really so much phase us. You know, we have been home working from home, what we can do to keep on top of things. And then, of course, you know, being home so long, we were itching to get back in the building, so when we were able to, a few hours here or there, you know, not at the same time, I was snapping. Last week I actually did a full week.
Oh, wow.
I want my boss to hear that.
Kate.
Yeah, but seriously, it was challenging, but you got work to do. Work to do real good. Panicked probably, when it comes to your job, you panic in maybe the first couple of weeks, but Kate, she's awesome.
Good.
She's awesome. She really, really, she had a plan, and she had a backup plan. She worked, so we did okay.
That's excellent. I know we're only having a few people in the building at a time to do things like this and whatnot. And, we have to let each other know and all that kind of stuff. And so it has been a transition, but we're so excited because next Sunday we're actually having church in the building. Yeah. Which just dates this tape right now. So
really. Well, our pastor, Mary McDonald, told us that she doesn't know yet. I mean, I know we're still going to be on the line next Sunday. But being on the line was, and I know this is probably off the subject, was awesome. Do you know how many people, it's more people, it seemed like, were on the line than were in the building. And that was awesome to me because I know, some people think, oh, they just don't want to come to church, maybe they can't. It was a lot, and I believe our church is going to continue that because there's a lot of people, even out of state, that are from here and haven't been here.
Yes.
It really brought a lot of people. It seems like back home.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
going to say too bad, just back home to where they needed to be.
But even too, because it's like, I know I got to see several different services, and say, oh, so this is so-and-so's church, that's neat, and where you would never leave your own church to go, visit somebody else's church, but you know what?
I see yours on the, see yours, St. Francis.
You better be watching my show.
That's what friends are supposed to.
No, I'm teasing.
No.
You're busy.
But no, I have seen. That's another thing. I'm never on Facebook.
Right.
The COVID, I do scroll through Facebook, so I see a lot.
I hope you're not addicted now.
No, I'm not.
Good.
Only the games.
Keeping it real.
Only the games, and that's it. But no, I've scanned through and looked and read some of the thoughts of what's going on and this and that, and watched some of the churches, and I've seen a few people on Grace, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that's what you did. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I think I even seen Kim Maxey on there once.
Yeah, Kim does a Bible study thing. Yeah.
Kim.
Oh, shout out for Kim.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, did he serve on the board?
And Ken is back on the board now.
There you go.
Ken and his wife has also helped me. Ken, I've been dealing with Ken since
Dealing with, I like that.
I always say that.
But
and I shouldn't say that, but I would say that to Ken because
we know.
He's had my back probably since I started with Habitat, and he is a good friend of mine. And him and his wife, and I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. I haven't reached out to him yet, but they also serve on the family support committee that I have at Habitat. And he's awesome. He's awesome.
He is a neat man.
I can always put him on the spot. Ken, would you do that blessing? Ken, can you say this prayer? Ken, with this. And I always say, Ken, explain to him why you're here. What's the support? And he will always let me say, I don't know, Trina. Why are we here?
Thank you, Ken.
I think they think it's part of our skit.
A little skit.
Yeah. So we do it every time we have homeowners. He's a good guy. Ken really is.
He's a hoot.
He is.
Yeah.
And his wife, they're sweet.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's married to him, so.
I know, right? I'm going to have to use that one.
Yeah. No, Sarah is a blessing.
Yes.
So. And their boys.
Yes.
Yeah. Neat family.
He helps us out through the police challenge. I mean, I can always, how you have those people like you. Ken's another one. I can always say, hey, Ken. Yeah. I like that. It's relationships.
Yes.
It's friendships.
Yes. And had it not been through Habitat and St. Joseph for me.
I never would have met him.
So.
Ken was on the board, though, I believe, when I did get
I think he was.
I
think he was.
Yes.
Because he's the one that pulled me in.
Yes.
To start doing stuff.
He's back, I believe, this year. Yeah. I know that's when I met him. And he's been awesome ever since.
Yeah. I'll give you your money later. Yeah, exactly. Well, Trina, I can't think of anything else to ask you, but I have enjoyed our time together, and thank you. Thank you for taking time.
Our meetings.
I know.
We can have our meetings and our meetings.
Yeah, I know. It's probably a good thing you sit by Kate, because then I don't sit there and,
I know, so we don't talk all the way
during the meeting.
Yeah. It's hard holding all that on just to say, hey, girl, how you doing?
I know.
After it's over.
I know. So I usually try to come early.
I know, that is true.
Or I stay late. So you have to catch up. There's things we have to do. And we do finalize details and stuff like
Yes,
that
we
too.
do.
So
Yes, we do. You're very good at what you do at your church. Very good. You keep it all in mind.
you're biased.
No, I can always count on you with it. It's like I give you the paper stuff, and it's so funny. Like last year, and I was like, "Do you need?" Well, you kept it. You already have your own. I'm like, talk about being prepared. That's what I like.
That's right. That's right. Don't you know it?
Yeah, we like to plan it down to the T.
Oh my goodness, yes.
That's us.
That is.
And when something goes off, it seems like it throws everything off.
That is so funny. It does. But if it doesn't, it goes so much smoother.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. We can always work through
I
it.
get made fun of.
I don't know if I get made fun of or if they want me to calm down.
Yeah.
Slow down. It's the same thing every year. Why are you so antsy?
Yeah.
It is the same thing every year, but it's just getting through it.
But it's different.
It's always something different.
Yeah.
And you gotta make sure you don't forget one little detail.
No. And I
And
have you on
my
speed
staff,
dial.
my staff is awesome too.
Yes.
Randy, Charlie, Kate, their family, Harlan. I just tell them.
Harlan's another grace person.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I didn't know he could sing. They told me that.
Oh yeah.
He's another one I could hold on to that bless this and bless that.
You should have him sing over a blessing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be. Anyway, hope that doesn't get me in trouble with Harlan.
You say worse things. I mean, come on, that's not that bad. Just say it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we could sit here and banter back and forth all day, but
Yes, we could.
I really do appreciate your time. And I appreciate you all joining us. And please mark your calendar now for St. Joe Serve, September 13th. And if you have any questions at all, call Habitat, ask for Trina, which is extension 4.
Yes.
Or you can check out the Habitat website,
I don't know if it's on the website. So
but it might be later.
It might be later. I'm
Okay.
not for sure. But you can contact me, and the number is 816-279-2552, extension 4, or you can email me, trina@stjoehabitat.org.
Oh, that's not hard to remember. At St. Joe Habitat.
That's Trina with the I, Trina.
Okay.
And that's, it is real simple.
Yeah.
But just call me,
Okay.
so I can get your contact information. If you feel comfortable contacting Dyann,
Oh, totally.
call
Yeah.
her. She can tell you where to go.
Well, and I can probably answer some general questions.
Yes.
But, you know, as far as
I trust
boundaries
you
and
not to
stuff,
okay anything that you don't know. That's all.
I'll okay it and say, well, tell them Trina said.
We
no.
both, I just say, we both have bosses, so we know we have to okay some stuff.
Exactly. So, anyway, thank you so much for
Well,
coming.
thanks for having me.
And you have a great day, and you have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you here at Grace on Sunday. We'll talk to you later.